Alright, so welcome to The Forgotten City. Special thanks to Future Friend Games for providing a code, it's much appreciated. Now this came out just over a month ago, I believe. It was toward the end of July, and when I got it, I beat the game in one sitting. Played the game all night for like 6 to 8 hours, and I did everything in the game. It's really good, but because it's been a month, I've kind of forgotten everything that happened, so it all works. Please help us avoid spoilers. It's been a month, it's fine. Right, so we have settings. I just want to make sure everything's okay. I believe it is. Subtitle conversation, background, yes. Can't remember what else there is. There's something else that I should probably enable, but I can't remember what it is. Oh well. Won't be anything too interesting, I don't think, then. Cool. Well, that'll do. But yeah, this game is really good. I've really enjoyed it. And it started off as a Skyrim mod, believe it or not, but it got turned into a full-fledged standalone game. And obviously, when I beat the game in one sitting, it was only 6 hours because I skipped every bit of dialogue because I didn't want to be spoiled, but I wanted to play the game. If that makes sense. So I know what happens, I just don't know the dialogue, if that makes sense. Either way, let's go! It's also a pretty game. 3 people over 4 years. Damn. Like, the people look a bit iffy, but the landscapes and everything looks really impressive. Mystery adventure with multiple endings. There are 4 endings in total, I believe. It's present day.
You're alive! When I dragged you out of the river, I thought you were never gonna wake up. I checked your pockets for ID, a phone, maybe. I hope you don't mind. But all I found was some loose change. So, wanna tell me who you are?
No. This is basically how you change your sex. Do I want to be a man or a woman? I want to be a man. My body type. No, it's select your gender. And then your skin tone. I mean, that's the most like me. Oh yeah, I have to choose my name. T-R-W. Boom.
Well, it's nice to meet you. And I'm sorry to pry, but any idea why you were floating down the river? What's the last thing you remember?
This is quite a cool system. So we're searching for ancient ruins, which gives you the archaeologist background, and years of studying history give you occasional insights into the ancient world. I was on a covert mission. So you start off as a soldier, you have a military-issued firearm, but only 10 bullets. You'll have to use them judiciously. I can't say that word. Judiciously. God. Since there's no way to get more. I was on the run from the law. So fugitive. Your time on the run from authorities has made you quick on your feet and you're 25% faster when sprinting. I barely remember anything. Amnesiac, your recent head trauma has increased your pain threshold, making you 50% harder to take down. Now because I've played this, I play as an archaeologist. That doesn't really give you all that much. There's maybe 5 parts of the game where archaeologist has unique dialogue. And honestly, I think Fugitive is the best because you can sprint faster, and 90% of the game is sprinting. Honestly. So yeah.
Really? You know what? Don't answer that. I don't think I want to know.
I mean, I was joking. Now that I've told you, I'm going to need your phone and money.
Oh, come on. In your state, I could drop you on your butt and drag you right back into that river if I wanted to. Look, you've just been through a trauma, so I'm gonna forget you said that. But you owe me, and I need a favor.
It was worth a try. Go on.
There are some ruins just behind you. Roman, I think. I need you to go in there and see if you can find a guy named Al for me. He went in there a few hours ago, and he hasn't come out. I've been freaking out, wondering if he's trapped or injured or worse. I would have gone in after him, but he made me promise to stay here, no matter what. There's no way I'm leaving without him, so I'm just kind of stuck here, waiting. What I mean is, I was hoping You wouldn't mind going in there to find him? If you can do that, I can get both of you back to civilization in my boat. Please?
Yeah, mind if I ask some questions first?
Oh, of course. Sorry, I don't mean to be pushy. I just... What do you want to know?
I mean, your name. What's your story?
Oh, there's not much to tell. Feels like I've spent my whole life in a dead-end job with an endless commute. Know what I mean?
Never gonna tell me your name?
Oh, I'd rather not say if it's all the same to you.
I'd really like to know, especially if I'm going to be helping you.
Alright, fine. Sorry if I sounded cagey, it's just that I don't always get the best reactions when I introduce myself. My name's Karen.
And the fourth wall is destroyed. All those Karen memes have really ruined that name, huh? Yeah, why didn't you want to tell me your name?
Look, if you really want to know all the tragic details, perhaps I can fill you in after you find Al?
That's fair. Who's Al?
He's the guy who washed up on the riverbank not long before you did. I thought maybe you two knew each other. I guess not. But maybe the two of you can piece together what you're doing here. In any case, you'll like him, I'm sure. Once you find him, that is.
Okay, where are we?
You really don't remember? We're in Italy. This river is the Tiber.
Oh. What can you tell me about the ruins?
Not much, really. But imagine what you might find in there. Priceless ancient artifacts. Al...
Ooh. Have you tried calling for help?
What am I, an idiot? You could hike a long, long way in any direction and never find another soul. Trust me.
Okay. Yeah, that's all the questions I had.
Great. So you're ready to go look for Al?
I'm going in for priceless artifacts, but I'll keep an eye out for him. Alright, I'm in.
Thank you. The entrance is just past those columns behind you. Please, hurry. Oh, and he left this here. But I think you'll need it more than I will.
Where is it? Ba 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 ba. Ooh, that's a big ass flashlight. For a second then it looked like she was staring at it. That's a heavy duty thing. Can I use it as a baton too? A heavy duty battery powered flashlight. Quid pro quo. Can I turn off motion blur? Yes. I'm not a massive fan of it. That's much better. Holy crap, I do move fast. Jesus. There we go. Yeah, this 25% increase in speed is definitely going to come in handy. I mean, I'm not playing the game to speedrun it or anything, it's just, you know. I have played the game a lot, like a month ago, so... So doing that lowers it. Oh, there's a backpack! A backpack full of worn hiking clothes and empty food packets. Nothing valuable here, but still, it seems strange that Al left it behind. Ooh, a note.
If you're reading this, it means I've discovered the entrance to an ancient Roman city hidden deep underground. Its existence is long forgotten.
Oh yeah, it's B to jump. Oops.
Of it lost, except in the Latin inscription here. It reads, "You who wish to enter the city, step forth and be judged. The virtuous shall be rewarded with eternal life in paradise. The wicked shall find themselves showered in gold, but in vain, for this shall be their final resting place." Could an underground city have remained a secret for all this time?
No, it does actually say that.
Could people have survived down there, against the odds? It seems there's
only one way to find out. Welcome to the Forgotten City.
There's only one way to find out.
Oh, I was not expecting...
If I'm not back in an hour.
Alright, well, whatever.
I'm somewhere on the other side. Consider this an invitation. Or a warning.
What is this?
Al Worth.
It's hastily scrawled Latin graffiti. I can't translate it yet. Oh god, they look at me. Do they look at me? They do look at me. Oh, creepy. Yeah, you can just hear it as you walk by them. I admit, it's very pretty. Does it say anything? A Latin plaque, which given its position seems important. If only I could read Latin. I think if you chose the archaeologist, you could probably translate it. Oh well. A Roman gladiator mid-strike. What could have made a gladiator flee? Potesnate. Okay, that's more Latin. A young Roman woman. Whoops. Ah! Thought she was begging for her life. Is that one that turns towards me? Yes. Ugh, I don't like it. It's weird that some of them are just here. They're like statues. A Roman military commander attempting to scramble away from something. A Roman legionary in a state of terror. God, the bloody run speed is so crazy. It's ridiculous just how much much faster it is. I was waiting for that guy to actually turn towards us. Wait, is that who I think it is? No. No, because they're wearing armor. A Roman woman who appears to be praying for help that never came. Oh. Follow Al's trail. A hanging golden statue. Golden statue of an old man wearing modern clothing. This must be Al, but how is that possible? Read the... oh, stone tablet.
To whoever reads this, I'm sorry you had to find me like this. And worse, you'll suffer the same fate I did. I've spent a lifetime in this place, going around and around in circles, searching for a way out. The inscription was right. There is no way back. In here, there are only two options. Death, or that godforsaken doorway into the past. I made the mistake of stepping through it. I wanted to set things right. And I tried. I really tried. Whatever I did, it took me right back to the beginning. Don't make the same mistake. Better to end it all now. And find out what awaits you beyond that portal.
A young Roman woman in a state of panic. I think that's all of them. In terms of the statues, pretty sure it is. Yeah, I don't believe there are any others. Oh no, there is. There's one here. Oh! A Roman man on his knees as if begging his gods for mercy. I know who that is. The remains of a human, whoever it was, died a long, long time ago. Oh damn. And we have a portal. We get sucked into. There it is. Step through the doorway into the past. Updated the main goal, forget me not. And here we are. And this is the guy that was on his knees begging the gods for mercy. Figure out how to return to your original time.
Salve, friend. I'm Galerius. Mind telling me who you are and what you were doing in the Shrine of Proserpina?
Wait, are you speaking English?
What? I'm speaking Latin. You are too, although your accent's a little strange. Oh, I see what you did there. Changing the subject like that. Nice try. But I'll ask again. Who are you, and what were you doing in the shrine?
The Shrine of Proserpina?
Yeah.
Or Proserpina?
Agricultural goddess of springtime? You're not from around here, are you? And you've just done it again. You're a sly one, aren't you? One more time. Who are you and what were you doing in that shrine?
I got lost. Yeah, I've just come from the future.
No idea what you're talking about. Oh, wait. Are you a bit...
Loopy?
You know, not right in the head? That's alright, friend. Everyone's welcome here.
Seriously, what's today's date?
We sort of lose track of the date down here, but it feels like the beginning of spring to me, so I'd say early March?
What year?
It's 817 AUC. Sorry, you look confused. 817 years since the founding of Rome. Which part of the empire are you from, exactly?
That doesn't help me. Is this before or after Christ?
Hey, not so loud. Just saying that name could land you in trouble here. If you haven't heard, his cultists burned down half of Rome last year.
Oh.
Horrible business. I heard Nero executed some of them, but a lot of people are still angry with them, even down here. So, if you're one of them, keep it to yourself. But listen, most folks seem a bit confused when they get here, but you seem very lost, and in more ways than one. So, let me make this nice and simple for you. Live by our law here, and we'll all get along just fine.
Your laws?
Not laws, law. There's just one, the golden rule, and the punishment for breaking it's kind of horrific. But our magistrate insists we take all newcomers to see him, so I guess I'll let him fill you in. So then, you coming?
Mm-hmm. Lead the way.
Follow me. When I first arrived, I couldn't believe there were people living down here. But, as you can see, we've got a nice little community now. Only 23 of us at the moment, if you count the 3 who are missing. No idea how, since nobody knows a way out. But it's just big and dark enough to get lost in, if you're not careful.
Aren't you going to introduce me to your handsome new friend, Galerius?
Keep it in your loincloth, Aurelia. I'm taking him to see the magistrate.
That pompous old bore won't be magistrate for much longer. Anyone who helps vote him out today drinks at my bar for free tonight.
Oh.
Politics. I'd stay clear of it, and her, if I were you. She's... it's not my place to say. Down on your right is our farm, where I grow all the food you'll ever want. As long as all you want is leek, cabbage, and wheat. That one usually gets a chuckle.
Bloodless shadows wander without flesh or bone.
Don't mind Livia. She means well. She's just been in a bad place since... Well, I don't know what happened to her. Up here on your right is the chasm. If you've got a weapon, it belongs way down at the bottom. Up on your left is the Forum, where you can visit the market or get yourself patched up in Lucretia's clinic in the Shrine of Apollo. Most of us have almost nothing, just what we had on us when we arrived, and what we've been able to make and scrounge up since. And this central plateau is where the magistrate and the other patricians live, so don't expect a warm welcome.
Hilarious. You're meant to be working the farm, not trudging dirt into the villas.
Take it easy, Horatius. I was just taking our new friend here to see the magistrate.
Well, he's asked me to escort the newcomer personally. The farm. Go. Now.
You'd better go with him. But just remember, they're not like you and me. Don't let them use you.
What was that? What did you just say?
I said it'll take some getting used to.
Yeah, I'm watching you, farm boy.
Farm boy.
Greetings, citizen. My name's Horatius. Magistrate Sentius asked me to escort you to him personally. Follow me, please.
Questions first?
I expect the magistrate wants to brief you about the golden rule. It shouldn't take too long. He's busy preparing for the election later today.
Okay. I don't think so. Alright, lead the way.
Follow me.
No, I wanted to...
The thing you really need to understand right now is the golden rule.
There we go.
Let me see if I can explain it this way. When I was serving in the Legion, if there was a mutiny brewing in one cohort, the legate in charge wouldn't waste time finding the bad apples among hundreds. They just divided us into groups of 10, made us draw straws, and whoever drew the short straw had to be executed by the other 9.
Ooh.
Didn't matter whether he'd done anything wrong. One of us in 10 would die for the crimes of the collective. We call it decimation. If that seems like rough justice to you, you're in for a rude shock. Because the Golden Row is exactly 10 times worse. The magistrate can explain the rest. He's up these stairs.
Alright. Just looking out into the city, of course. Magistrate Sentius.
We're finally alone. I assume you already know who I am. May I know your name? A curious name to match a curious accent. But I digress. Something about your demeanor gives me the urge to caution you against doing anything, shall we say, unlawful while you're here. Is that understood?
Guess I chose the fugitive. Understood. Sure, why not?
Now, you're probably wondering why I summoned you, and I'll get to that. But first, take a look at this wondrous place, would you? A secret city built deep in the mountains, many hundreds of years ago.
Beautiful.
Indeed. More importantly, consider the miraculous community we've built here over the last 7 months. 22 complete strangers brought together by the fates, living and working together in our own little paradise. And in all that time, not a single sin has been committed. No fights, no theft, nothing. Have you ever witnessed something so extraordinary as a city without sin?
Can't say I have.
Nor could I until I came here. But the reason for this miracle is as simple as it is terrifying. If even one person commits a sin here, every last one of us will die. You see, the builders of this place, whoever they were, left inscriptions warning, "The many shall suffer for the sins of the one." From what we can gather, breaking the law here will anger the gods and provoke a terrible punishment. Like the curses of Medusa and Midas combined, turning us all to gold. We've come to call it the Golden Rule. It's extraordinary that we've survived as long as we have, and each day I grow more and more afraid that our time in the sun is almost up. And now it seems that day is finally here. All that matters is that somebody in this city is about to break the Golden Rule. Why else would Proserpina send you now? Unless you and I can stop them, our doom is assured. I know that's a lot to take in, and you look like you have questions. Please, ask away.
Oh, there we go. What counts as a sin here?
An intelligent question. There was a good deal of debate about that in our first weeks here. Does it refer to crimes or to some other ill-defined wrong? Of course, everyone agrees on the basics. No theft, no assault, and certainly no murder.
We're not
Beyond
savages.
that, it was more difficult to reach a consensus. What about lying, insulting someone, blasphemy, trespass, trying to escape, bribery, infidelity, suicide? As magistrate, I had to exercise leadership, and so I made a decision. We must uphold the laws of the Empire to a standard never before seen. And we must honor the peace of the gods, the sacred accord between the gods and the people of Rome. It is only by offering the gods the proper respect that we may prosper, as Rome has for centuries.
Oh, there we go. So I'm not sure if that's a good idea. What is legal isn't always moral, and many of your laws and customs are considered barbaric where I'm from.
Barbaric? Barbaric? What are you talking about? The Empire is the most civilizing force in the known world. Rome is a beacon of light in the dark. darkness. For 800 years she has borne great statesmen, philosophers, poets, artists, and engineers. We have comprehensive laws protecting the rights of our citizens, which have unified countless warring tribes all across the Mediterranean and beyond, from Gallia to Judea. All our citizens are treated the same, regardless of the color of their skin or their sexual preference. Can you say the same? When our people are starving, they are given food rations, and when they are wronged, they have the right to bring the guilty party before the magistrate. Our laws forbid treason, murder, assault, and rape, as well as theft and arson, and so on. No other civilization in the world is so advanced, and you have the hubris to call us barbaric?
My mistake. Oh wow, there's a lot. Jesus, there's a lot of stuff here. Don't your laws allow slave ownership?
Of course.
Yeah.
What else would we do with those prisoners of war who would otherwise have been executed? And besides, there are laws for their protection as well.
Okay. Do your people watch blood sports for entertainment?
On occasion. But our gladiators are almost all volunteers seeking glory, or condemned prisoners who would have been executed anyway. I do not see the harm.
Okay. Have fewer rights, or women have fewer rights than men?
Of course.
Of course.
Fewer rights come fewer responsibilities, and the right to be protected by their fathers and husbands.
Don't you persecute Christians?
You mean the blasphemous cult responsible for burning down half of Rome last year? It's hard to blame the people for being angry about that.
Don't you practice collective punishment?
Are you talking about our practice of decimation? Of course. We could hardly unite all these warring tribes without a disciplined, formidable legion.
Where I'm from, we consider those things to be abhorrent.
Well, right now, you're a long, long way from home. I have made my pronouncement on the subject. Unfortunately, there are still those here who resist, whispering blasphemous and treasonous lies in the shadows. I would be keeping a close eye on them if I were you.
Okay. What did you mean when you said Proserpina sent me?
You see, in my search for a way to save my people, I learned of an ancient ritual to Proserpina, the goddess of the cycle of life and renewal. It's said to open a doorway in time, so that if the unthinkable happens, one person can pass through it and travel back to the past. And when I saw you arrive in a flash of light from the goddess's shrine, I knew that person was you. You don't belong in our time, do you?
Nope. You're right, I'm from 2,000 years in the future.
2,000 years? That is unfathomable. Please tell me, in your time, what did you see? What had become of us? Of this city?
You'd all been turned into golden statues.
I have imagined it. Our downfall 1,000 times. But it still breaks my heart to hear the truth of it.
How does the ritual work?
All I can tell you is that it's a ritual sacrifice to Proserpina. I stumbled across instructions. I have to recite a prayer, and of course, as with all rituals, some sacrifice is involved. Usually that means wine or food, or in some cases a live animal. In this case, the sacrifice is rather more costly. The life of the person performing the ritual. I don't suppose you saw any sign of me in the future?
There were bone piles. Oh, there we go. I did see human remains in the temple.
I assume that was me. If I'm forced to perform the ritual, it's going to cost me everything. You'll try to make sure I don't need to use it, won't you?
I'll do my best.
Well, I suppose that's all I can ask for.
So why can't you investigate?
Well, I believe you're in the best position to go around asking people questions. You're new here, and it'll seem perfectly normal. As for me, well, it pains me to say my attempts to impose order have not earned me many friends. I fear I may not even remain magistrate after today's election. The people here would only treat my curiosity with suspicion. You shouldn't have that problem, though, unless, of course, you get off on the wrong foot.
Fair enough. Do you have any suspects?
Do you ever stare at a problem for so long that you can't see it for what it is anymore? What's needed here is a fresh pair of eyes. The less I prejudice the independence of your investigation, the better.
How do I know you're not the person responsible?
Me? Why would you suspect me? I've just told you, I'm about to sacrifice my own life to ensure these people have a second chance. What reason could you possibly have to suspect me, of all people?
Fair point.
I'm glad you think so. Without trust, without each other, we won't be able to prevent what is about to happen.
Oh, come on. Tell me what you really think.
Well, all right. There are those who wish to vote me out of office so that they can pursue their own misguided political agenda. Frankly, their selfishness and recklessness risk destabilizing the entire city. I would be looking very carefully at them if I were you.
Okay. Why can we understand each other? I don't speak Latin.
You mean you couldn't speak Latin before you arrived here? How strange. But the gods are active here, and their temples and shrines hum with power like nowhere else in the Empire. Perhaps when Proserpina brought you here, she planted the seed of Latin in your mind so that you could better serve her.
Perhaps.
An unbeliever, then? If you come up with a better explanation, I'll be interested to hear it.
If I do this, will you help me get back to my own time?
If I understand Proserpina's ritual correctly, that problem should take care of itself. Let me see if I can...
Oh, if we can solve the problem, this will never have occurred.
To prevent
Yeah.
the sin that breaks the golden rule, I won't need to bring you here. I won't create the portal, and you will never have been able to come here. Thus, you'll have created a paradox. If this occurs, you should be flung back to your own time, having changed the past for all of us. Make sense?
I think so. That's all the questions I had.
Ah, good. So, are you with me?